I want to tell you something that happened to me. Fourth grade, I scored the highest on a test, and the teacher stood in front of the class and said, "You would be surprised who scored the highest." Not, "Paul did an excellent job." Not, "This is what working hard looks like. You would be surprised." Like my name and the highest score in the room didn't belong in the same sentence. It happened again in high school, multiple times. Same announcement, same energy, same quiet message underneath it. You weren't supposed to be this. And then college, fluid mechanics, one of the hardest tests in the program. I got every answer right, every single one. I was the only black person in that class. Most of the class failed, and my professor erased my units. Said I forgot to write them down, which was impossible because I was meticulous. I took my time the way my former instructor always told us to. I did everything right. And the system found a reason it couldn't count. I'm telling you this, not for sympathy. I'm telling you this because what happened to me in those classrooms is the same thing that happened to millions of people who were quietly taught that their ceiling had already been decided. I'm Paul M. Barber. This is the Silent Webmaster. This is The Real Answer, Episode 3. Here is what 12 years of school prepared you for: sitting still, following instructions, asking permission, trading time for a grade, performing for someone else's approval, accepting that someone else determines your value. Sound familiar? It should. Because that is also the exact job description of every entry-level position ever posted. School didn't prepare you for life. School prepared you for the arrangement. And here is what school never taught you. Not one class on how money compounds. Not one lesson on what an asset actually is. Not 1 hour on how to build income that doesn't require you to show up. Not one moment on how to read a financial statement. Not one session on how to own anything. 12 years to prepare you to work for someone else. Now ask the question nobody asks in school. Who decided what you were taught? Not your teacher, not your principal, the curriculum. And who funds the curriculum? School boards, policymakers, corporate donors, the same institutions that need a steady supply of trained workers every single year. They did not fund a system designed to produce owners. They funded a system designed to produce employees, compliant, credentialed, ready to enter the arrangement on day one, and grateful for the opportunity. Here is the part that connects back to what I told you. You would be surprised who scored the highest. That sentence is not just one teacher's comment. That is the system speaking out loud. When the system is surprised by your excellence, it means the system never planned for it, never built a path for it, never intended to reward it. And when excellence shows up anyway, the system does not expand to include it. It finds a way to contain it. Erased units, surprise announcements, quiet messages that tell a child, this is as far as we expected you to go. The ceiling was never yours. It was placed there by people who needed you to stay exactly within reach. Here is what I know now that nobody taught me then. The grade was never the asset. The degree was never the asset. The certificate, the credential, the performance review, none of it was the asset. The asset is something that earns without you needing to be present for it to work. A website that answers a question, a piece of content that ranks on page 1, a system that distributes value while you sleep. That is what they never put in the curriculum. Not because it was too complicated, because it was too dangerous. A person who understands how to build assets does not need the arrangement. A person who does not need the arrangement cannot be controlled by it. And a system built to produce compliant workers cannot survive a generation of people who know how to build their own. Here's the class they never taught you: how money compounds. $1 that works for you overnight is worth more than $1 you traded your time for. What an asset actually is. Something that puts money in your pocket, whether you show up or not. How to build traffic that pays you. Answer the questions people are already typing into Google. Attach an ad network, collect, and how to exit. Build it, prove it earns. Sell it for 30 to 42 times monthly net. Move on. That is the entire curriculum. The one they had 12 years to teach you and didn't. It starts right now, and it is free. Arcanolabs exists because the curriculum was never coming, so I built it into the platform. Everything the school system left out, the research, the strategy, the systems, the scale, is built into the tools inside Arcanolabs. And Anaya doesn't grade you. She doesn't tell you what you're capable of. She helps you build one step at a time on your terms. The link is in the description. Episode 19 drops tomorrow, and we are going to talk about the tool that the same people who designed this system are now trying to make sure you are too afraid to use. 7 p.m. Build in silence. Earn in peace.